All right. Today's training will probably be a little bit short. I will stick around the end and answer any questions, but I do want to kind of go through the basics with everybody. We always have new people join the team every week, so want to, go back, cover the basics. Today's training is basically on the expansion into Korea, and that is coming up sooner than you think. Last I've heard, we're looking at middle of October, and we'll see what happens with that day. We should learn more at Celebration, hopefully. What you're looking at now is the Isagenix team page. And if you're watching this recording, or if you're on this webinar live, you should be part of Kwangsu Shin or my team. This is an invitation-only training. So hopefully you all are already members in this closed group, Isagenix team page. And you'll see that Kwangsu Shin has organized a VIP tour for August 23rd. That's coming up in about 3 weeks. And so I will be there, and I'm encouraging all the top leaders on my team to make the trip to Phoenix for this incredible opportunity to have a VIP tour. Also, with the timing of Korea, this is perfect timing for all of us that are serious about building Korea to be on there, to be at this tour. So if you haven't replied already to Kwangsu, make sure he knows you're coming, because it's an invitation-only type thing in the means that he has to let them know how many to prepare for this VIP tour. Again, I will be promoting this individually to all the leaders on my team. I know many of you are already going, but I think this is the right time. If you haven't been there already, this is the right time to be there right before the launch in Korea. So that's that. The other thing I want to mention is if you go to teamofhope.com, it will redirect you to my blog. And the first page of that blog is basically the call presentation schedule for the week. Also has at the very top of that page the Kathy Coover interview that we did about a week and a half ago. That's one of the best interviews I've ever heard. Kathy Coover just really shared her vision and her passion. It came through so loud and clear. I mean, we literally have people watching that and getting chills and tearing up and realizing they found their home. And so I really encourage you to go to that recording, use it often. Make sure your team has all seen it. I know many of you have told me you've watched it more than once. It's very powerful to catch the vision of the lady who started the whole thing, basically. Then you'll go on the right-hand side of the page on my blog. First of all, that front whole page is kind of like a Getting Started Right beginner page. So I take all my new people there for Getting Started Right training. Then at the bottom of the page, they click on a link. It'll take them to page 2 of my Getting Started Right. The bottom of that page, there's another link for the third page of the Getting Started Right. That includes a Getting Started Right training that I did for Dr. Shirley Picaretto. She has been, to date, the fastest crystal executive on my team, 68 days. And so you can hear the exact training that I did to help her get started on that third page of the Getting Started Right. Again, all that's at teamofhope.com. Just follow it through, bottom of the page. You got all 3 pages. 3 pages, it's everything I know to teach my new people, and it is what I teach my new people. So I hope that helps you. Now, for the topic of today, international expansion. If you go to that same blog, teamofhope.com, but this time on the right-hand side, take a look at the blog archive. Go to 2018. Go to June, and on June, go to June 25th and look for international expansion. You'll notice I don't mention Korea in my subject line. There are a lot of people that go to my blog that are not on our team, not on Kwangsu's team, and we're kind of keeping this a little bit of a secret. Not in a bad way, just in a good, competitive way. Because literally, until the people in Korea sign up with you, they are free agents. They can sign up with whoever they want. And so there's no sense helping our competition, even though that competition is other Isagenix associates. There's no sense helping them learn how to talk to our prospects. So at the top of the international expansion page, I've got the key videos that Kwangsu's made us all aware of. These are all on his Facebook page, but they're a little hard to find now because, things happen and it gets dated. So I keep these right at the top for you for an easy reference. These are the main videos with a little explanation. Under that, I've got a training that Michael Weeder did a couple weeks ago on one of these Saturday calls right here. Very good, with special guest Dr. Shirley that I mentioned earlier. And she mentions some of the success she's had. She's had, I think she told me 4 or 5 of her prospects have actually met with Kwang-Soo, and now they're starting to bring people to Kwang-Soo. She's doing the do. So she gives a little testimony there on how she's doing what she's doing. Don't lose me here. We're going to go through a lot of material. Some of this might be repetition for some of you, but repetition is the key to learning. You want to make sure you apply this, start using it, and then teach your team how to use it. So Kwang-Soo's got his phone number there when he's over in Korea. He's there, I know, through the next couple, 3 days. So if you've got a prospect, get your prospect to call him at that number over in Korea and see if they can't set up some type of one-on-one. I know he does a lot of his one-on-ones at his hotel, and he also does a lot of his one-on-ones over at the Korean corporate office in Seoul, Korea. So I'm not going to go through all these notes. I've shown you where to find them. So instead of me just reading them to you, I'm going to show you where to fish, how to fish, and let you do your own fishing. But the information is right here on why this is such a unique opportunity. And it really is. When you look at the big companies, the Amways, the Nu Skins, the Herbalifes that are doing multiple $1 billion a year in sales, anywhere from 60 to 78% of all their sales volume comes from Korea, Japan, and China. With that being said, Isagenix did just under $1 billion last year in sales, and $0 of that came from Korea, Japan, and China. Now, as we now start to open up those markets for Isagenix, in 5 to 10 years, we have every reason to believe that 60 to 75% of the business from Isagenix will come from Korea, Japan, and China. So what does that mean to you? Well, hopefully you're on this call because you want to learn what that means to you. It means that if you will expand your network into these countries, you have the potential to see massive growth in your sales volume. And because we're paid on sales volume down through infinity, that can be very, very profitable for you and your family because this is a legacy business. This is the type of business that you can will to your children and your grandchildren. Now, I do want to take a little commercial break and remind all of you that you do need to sign up for the international sponsorship. What that means is you come in as a customer. We all do. Everybody does in Isagenix. Everybody comes in as a customer. You can then go into your back office and become an associate. It's free. And it just basically lets the company know how to send your 1099 if you earn a certain amount of income. But you have the option to go in and sign up for the international sponsorship. So you go into your back office and you click on order product, and right there, one of them is international sponsorship. It's also a link in your back office, international sponsorship. You click on that. You pay $49 annually. That's a one-time annual fee. And that $49 allows you to not only personally recruit in these foreign countries, but it also means as people on your team recruit in these foreign countries, even people above you that got in before you, that spillover that happens on your team leg, if anything like that leads to international volume, and I'm not just talking Korea, this is any of the 17 markets we're in worldwide. For those of us in the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico, that is our market area. So when you sign up as an associate, you can do business in those 3 countries, United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. If you want the international sponsorship, if you want to have business in Korea, the UK, Spain, all these places, you need to buy that international sponsorship. Now, I only tell you that because, you know, brand new people, maybe they didn't know that coming in. I try to tell all my prospects that initially, but that's something you need to take care of if you want to have an international business. If you don't worry about it. But you wouldn't be on this call if you didn't want to have an international business. So take care of that before you do. Okay, again, I'm not going to go through all these details. They're there for you to read. A lot of information here. Kwang-Soo actually recommends what to post on your Facebook page so you can get interest. And let me just take you to my Facebook page real quick and show you what I'm doing. So on my Facebook page, I got a picture from Vegas Celebration 2017 where Jim and Kathy Coover, Herb and Patty Cepeda, Kwang-Soo, and the top leaders at the time came together and did some training. And so I put that picture right here on my Facebook page. So when I'm looking for friends in Korea or when I'm communicating back and forth, they see that, and it immediately lets them know that I'm serious about expanding my business into Korea. Now, you might be saying, well, Chuck, I wish I was in that picture. Can I Photoshop? I don't recommend you do that. What I do recommend you do, though, is go somewhere, go to a Korean restaurant and take some pictures with the owner or something. Just let people know that you're making friends with Koreans. Now, another way you can do that is in Celebration next weekend. Celebration's coming up next weekend. So if you're watching this recording, it's past Celebration. Obviously, this is for the people watching live. Celebrations this coming weekend. Get your picture with Kwangsu. Get your picture with people on Kwangsu's team that are from Korea. Get lots of them. And then post them on your Facebook page. You don't have to try to sell. You don't have to make a bunch of comments. Just post them. Now, you might be saying something like, my company's going to be expanding to Korea. I'm glad to be working with consultant Kwangsu Shin, or, the person's name. You just want to have fresh Korean pictures on your Facebook page. I'll be doing this myself. Okay, so I want to make that clear to you. Let's go back to our notes. Again, I'm going to let you read these notes. Okay, now let's talk nitty-gritty for some of you that are brand new. This is your first training. For those of you who have heard this, make sure you're applying it, but this is for the brand new people. How do you get started? Well, basically, what you want to do is you want to go to Facebook, go to your Facebook account, or LinkedIn. We've got people, Dr. Shirley, for example, is using LinkedIn almost exclusively. She's attracting more of the business-type people. I'm using more Facebook. But go to your social media, your favorite social media, and plug in that you're searching for people with a last name, and I've got it written down there for you. You can see it right here. Lee, Chung, Park, Kim. Now, of the 50 million Koreans, I think about half of them have those 4 last names. So you plug those in. So let me give you an example. I'm on my Facebook page here. So let me move this so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. All right, moved. So I come up here to find friend request. It's one way to do it. You could probably do it some other way. But I go to friend request, and I see who is Facebook recommending I connect with. So here's this Sanet Hashin. Let's just use this as an example. I click on the name, and I look. He's from this country. That's not Korea, so I'm not interested. So I basically just delete request. No offense, sir. I go to the next one. This person's from Uganda. Again, not a place I'm looking to make friends right now. In the future, maybe. Sarah Stacy. Sarah is actually someone who's a guest on our Monday Night Call. So she's already in Isagenix. I'll probably go ahead and connect with her. This one might look a little Korean. Does that look Korean to you? So I click on it. I go to it. Got 19 mutual friends. They all look Korean. They all have Korean names. Now, they don't tell me how many friends this person has because they're already, they hide their friend requests like I do too. So they may have a bunch of friends, they may not. I look for how many posts they have. And I see one post. I don't see a picture. So quite frankly, this is not someone I'm looking to connect with. They're not putting who they are. They don't have a lot of posts. They haven't posted since June 19th. So I'm not going to connect with this person. Now, because they're Korean, I'm not going to delete it. I might come back later and reconsider, but they're not someone I'm looking to connect with right away. So it depends on who Facebook is recommending for you. Now, I've been asking for a lot of Korean friends, so Facebook's giving me some Korean friends requests. You might be saying, well, Chuck, I'm just getting started. I don't have these types of people. Like this gentleman here, Mr. Kim, he's recommended 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people he's recommended for me. So I'll definitely go in and connect with these people. But let's say I'm you and I'm starting from scratch. I would come up here and I would search Lee. And I might even put Korea behind that. And then I see what Facebook recommends. So they're recommending Hannah Lee, who I'm already following. They're recommending this person here, who I'm not following. And they are in Busan, South Korea. So this would be a really good one for me to check out. So I'm going to click on her profile. Now, there's a couple things I look for. Number one, about the age. I'm not looking at making friends with kids. So I make sure they look to me to be in their mid-20s or above. I'm also probably not looking for senior citizens. I'm almost one, so I'm no offense to senior citizens, but I'm not looking for, the 70, 80-year-olds. Although I will tell you, Jimmy Smith has earned $20 million in Isagenix, and he got started when he was like 74 years old. He's 90 today and very vibrant and very, very wealthy. His family has made another $40 million. So there's nothing wrong with people of older age. I'm just looking for the 25 to 55 is kind of the range I'm looking for. 35 is ideal. So this lady looks like she's in that age category. I'm going to come down. She's in Korea, so that's good. Her post, she just posted yesterday, so she's fresh on Facebook. It's not like she hasn't used it in a long time. And she's got 822 other friends on Facebook. So she's a great prospect for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. I'm going to click Add Friend. So now Facebook has sent a request. Well, first of all, they're saying, do you really know this person? We recommend sending friend requests to only people you really know personally. So you could choose to confirm or to cancel. Now, I've been typically canceling these because I don't want to get in trouble with Facebook for requesting friends that I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and confirm this one. And then I'm going to come over here to message, and I'm just going to send her a short message. So I'm going to copy her name, personalize a little bit. I'm going to say, I plan to travel to South Korea soon. I am looking to make as many Korean friends as possible before my visit. Please accept my friend request. Thank you, Chuck. I usually put my wife's name too, because I don't want her to think I'm trying to meet ladies. I'm not in that way. So that's a typical message I'll put in there. I'll hit send, and then I will document this. I'll copy this, and I'll put it into a Word document. I probably should have used Excel. It would have been a lot easier to sort and keep track, but I just did a Word document, and so I'll keep track of who I've reached out to, so I can go back later, and if they befriend me, I can start a dialogue and a conversation. So that's how I'm using Facebook. I hope that helps. The key then is once you start to accumulate some friends is to go back and communicate to them. So let's go back, and I got 4 mutual friends here, so let's just start with these 4 mutual friends. 4 gentlemen, doesn't matter. Let's pick this one here. He's got, look at that, 4,350 friends he has. 4,900 friends this one has, 4,000 here and 1,800 here. So right there, that's what almost, well, it's over 15,000 potential reaches I have. Just one generation of my 4 Facebook friends here. It's outstanding what you can do. So let's go to this gentleman here. We got 96 mutual friends. Now you can see by his post, he's got the cross in the background. He's preaching, so he's most likely a preacher. I click on where he lives just to confirm that city is in South Korea. I didn't make a mistake, so got that right. So now I'm going to come over here to message. And you can see back in March, I sent him a message that my wife and I were traveling to Korea, almost the same as the one I sent there, but that one I did from memory, this one I did from, so that's why I sent him. Okay, then we started talking a little bit. Let me see here. He accepted my request. Then I sent a request thanking him for accepting it. And then, Pastor, may I send you a recommendation request? I'm looking to meet a few key people in Korea when I visit. May I send you some details and see if you might be able to introduce me to 1 or 2 key people? So I sent that to him and have not heard back. That was on July 10th. So what I would do, this would be a second touch for this contact. I would just say, Pastor, my trip to Korea is getting closer and closer. Now, do I know exactly when I'm going to Korea? No, I don't. But am I absolutely positively going to Korea? Absolutely. So you can't put some of these things if you're not planning to go someday, but I am. I just don't know when. But it is getting closer and closer. That's a true statement. All right, so Pastor, my trip to Korea is getting closer and closer. I am looking for advice and recommendations. I know you're busy, but hope you can help me. Thank you, Chuck Williams. Send. Now I will go into my Word document and I'll update my notes so I keep that notes going. And I basically just go through doing the same thing. So right there on his page, I got 96 mutual friends. So I'll click on the 96 mutual friends. I'll go to another one and I'll basically do the same thing. I'll see where I'm at. Or this one looks like Habiba and Farmer John had befriended my friend. So I don't know who did that first. I always look for other people here first. And if they're there, I don't befriend them. So it doesn't matter. But anyway, these are really good friends of mine here in St. Louis. And so I'm working with them and their network. They've actually become customers of Isagenix. So that's what I'm doing. I hope this has helped you. I kind of gave you, what I'm actually doing today. So let me stop the recording and I'll answer any questions any of you might have.
I have a question.
Pam, go ahead and re-ask that question for those listening to the recording.
Sure. When you're reaching out to people in Korea that you've already friended, do you spend any length of time going into their profiles to actually comment on their posts, or do you spend most of your time just messaging back and forth using Messenger?
Great question. I am probably not the person to model when it comes to doing this. I'm horrible at Facebook, period. I just am. I don't watch other people's posts. I know that probably sounds horrible, but I just don't. I don't check Facebook. And so I'm not a really good one to ask. So I'm going to tell you what I do, and I'm going to tell you what I think you probably should do. I basically do what I just showed you. I go out there, I find my friends, and I ask them to help me with recommendation requests. Now, ideally, what you should do is spend a little more time building the relationship. It's just like a friend, like anything else. I mean, you should develop that relationship. I'm banking on large numbers and hoping to find a few that I just hit the right time. But you're much better off to actually create a real friendship like in real life and then naturally be able to share what you do when they ask you what you do. So if you've got time, I would recommend you spend a little time building a relationship. I wouldn't get buried down there and, get to know their pets' names and, their grandkids' names. And I would keep it at a pretty high level, keep it streamlined, and, make sure you're asking for recommendation requests fairly early in the process. They're either going to help you or they're not. So I hope that helps, but that's my answer. On one of the morning calls, I think it was just yesterday. My goodness, time flies. But Herb Cepeda was telling us a little bit about his trip to Korea. This may have been on the Monday call, even I don't remember which one it was, but he was probably on both calls. He was telling us about his trip to Korea. And he was talking about his conversations with Travis Garza. And Travis Garza was asking him, how he thought things were going in Korea, and do you have any concerns? And he told Travis Garza, my only concern is, Isagenix fulfilling all the orders. We think it's going to be just an incredible first month on the launch. And Travis Garza asked him, well, what do you think we'll do the first month in business? And Herb Cepeda told him, I think we'll do $20 million, $25 million in sales first month. Now, you got to put that in perspective. And Herb Cepeda put this in perspective for me. It took Isagenix 9 years to have their first $20 million month. 9 years to have their first $20 million month. We're going to open up a new market, and they're expecting to do 20 million plus in the first month in that new market. That's wild. Travis Garza told him, don't worry, we've got a lot more than that in inventory. Can you imagine having a company that's opened up a new market? They've built the corporate office. They've hired the people. They're paying people salaries. They've been paying this general manager for months and months and months as he built his team. They're training all these people. They're doing all this before they make their first penny. Most companies, if you go back and listen to Michael Weeder's interview, he'll tell you most companies go into countries very low budget, and they hope to develop some sales and some leaders, and then they come back and invest in the country. Not Isagenix. Isagenix has done all the investment up front, knowing when they do it right, the sales come. And Isagenix does it right. Now, I was fortunate enough to have a part in the UK launch. We still have, I think, 5+% of our business coming from the UK, which is pretty cool. But in the UK, they set the record for launches. They did $2 million in sales the first month. And everybody was really excited about that. Think about this for a minute. Korea is going to be 10 times that, and they have well over that in inventory to handle this first month and ongoing. This is super exciting. They're expecting to do $250,000 or more in their first year in Korea. I said $250,000. I meant $250 million. Big difference. $250 million. $250 million. $250 million in sales first year, projected first full year in Korea. So now you understand the excitement. Now you understand why we've been doing these calls for months and months and months. We've been trying to prepare our teams to be proactive in making Korean connections and then working those Korean connections. We're at a point now where you need to be getting all your Korean connections in front of Kwang Soo ASAP. Let's say the pre-launch is end of August. Now, I don't know when it is, so I have no idea. I have no information. But let's just say it's the end of August. That gives you August and all of September and however much in October if it goes into October before they launch. They will launch no later than October because they need to. They've got a 6-month window to launch based on the licensing that they got. So Kwang Soo has assured us they will launch by October. But let's say it's middle of October just for example's sake. And let's say pre-launch is end of August, 1st of September, somewhere in that range. Can you imagine if you spent now till the end of August, the full month of August, just really working your business here in the United States, but also every day asking everybody you know who they know in Korea, who they know in Korea, who they know in Korea, and then when you find one, get them in front of Kwang Soo. Now, don't just send flying cold people to Kwang Soo. Have them watch the video, make sure they're interested, and then have them call Kwang Soo, set up an appointment, and get them to one of his many presentations he's doing over there when he's there. So I just want to leave our call today with his final words. There's only one pre-launch ever in a market. Once you launch, by definition of pre-launch, there's never another pre-launch. This is it. The time is dwindling. I mean, it's down to a month or two. Now's the time. Take action. Call in favors. Call everybody you know, everybody you talk to, everybody text. Ask them who they know in Korea. Who do you know in Korea? And if they say nobody, ask them who they know that knows somebody in Korea. I got a lead doing that the other day. Who do you know that knows somebody in Korea? And they say, I don't know anybody who knows somebody in Korea. Tell them that's not true. The true answer is you don't know anybody that knows somebody in Korea. You don't know that, but they might know somebody in Korea. Hope that made sense to you. But you basically just want to get them to open their mind and help you find people in Korea. And then take them through the videos, take them through the process, build a relationship, and then get them in front of Mr. Kwang Soo Shin ASAP. And then when pre-launch happens, you get them pre-launched. Remember, they are a free agent. Until pre-launch is official and they pre-launch with you, they can enroll with anybody. So don't take somebody for granted just because you were the first one to contact them. You've got to build a relationship, and you have to build a value in why they should enroll with you. You have to sell yourself to them. And then constantly keep reselling yourself. Compare it to college athletics, and you're a college coach and you're recruiting for your basketball team or your football team. It's not over till it's over. And that is the day of when they sign the letter of intent. And that is when they sign the pre-launch paperwork and they're actually in the system. Up until then, you are selling yourself. Don't lose sight of that. They don't owe you anything. Kwang Soo Shin is going to do his very best to help you be the enroller if you're the one that introduced that person to him, and he's sure not going to take them from you. But if someone from another team outsells us on that prospect, it's business. So you want to make sure your prospect understands the value of being on your team. Herman Petty Cepeda, Kwang Soo Shin, biggest team in Korea, and you're part of this family of people. You're getting the best training in all of Isagenix. Let your people know they'll get the same. So with that, if there's no questions, God bless y'all. Have a great day. You got 2 days left in this promotion that's going on. It's twofold. Number one, all new customers can get a free membership if they do 150 BB or more. Number two, you can earn $150 of free product if you get 3 customers this whole month of July up through Sunday night, this Sunday night. If you get 5, you get a $250 cash bonus added to your ISA wallet. That's an additional $150 product coupon. If you get 8, you get a really nice travel suitcase, and I think it's got the Isagenix logo on it with 8 sales. So the incentives are out there for our customers. The incentives are out there for us. And one last thing. If you haven't placed your order recently, let's say your auto ship is due next week or even the week after. Go ahead and place an order today or tomorrow. Add 1 canister of Isoline Shake, the new one, the peach mango. Add 1 peach mango to that, and you get free shipping. So you get the shake that you want anyway. You get the order that you're going to order anyway, but you get up to $25 free shipping. So take that knowledge and talk to the people on your team. Find out who has an auto ship coming up in the next week and encourage them to place their order today or tomorrow. Add the 1 canister or more. Heck, have them get 6 canisters and get a 10% discount on that too. I love helping people figure out ways to save money. So whatever it is, work with them, and then go in their back office and have them push out their auto ship from 28 days from today or tomorrow. It's that simple. So if you have any questions about that, give us somebody who knows what they're doing. But I encourage you, reach out to everybody you've been talking about, ask them who they know in Korea, and ask them now's the time for them to try these products. It's absolutely risk-free. The membership is free, and the products are 100% money-back guaranteed up to 30 days. So it's a try, free out, no obligation. All right, that's enough for tonight. God bless y'all. We will have a Sunday night leadership call, Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. IamTeamofHope.com is probably the easiest link to find it. You can also find it on teamofhope.com under the listing of things going on. Have a great day, everybody. I hope to hear from all of you with 3-way calls the next couple hours and tomorrow night. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jim.